Let me read this. If Biden ends up being the nominee and loses, it will be because not enough people voted for him. And I stated that obvious because it's the same reason Clinton or Bernie didn't win in 2016. Another thing that will help Trump beat Biden are sore losers of Bernie supporters who will join the Republican Party to trash Biden publicly. I hope the Bernie people start to see the bigger picture, which is helping Biden beat Trump instead of attacking Biden. Getting Trump out of office is more important than being a Bernie supporter. Now that was my response to Benjamin Dixon's video where in the title it says, Biden will lose to Trump.
Bernie Sanders make a mistake in not going negative. So conventional wisdom is, oh, don't go negative, people will criticize you. So what? They criticize Bernie Sanders whether he goes negative or floats on a cloud. It doesn't matter at all. They call him a socialist, communist, Cuba-loving, vile, rude guy anyway. So it's not just on trade. He did not point out Joe Biden's record on civil rights. He lied about civil rights record, Joe Biden did dozens of times. He lied about getting arrested in South Africa, battling apartheid, and the '94 crime bill.
And look, it is a grim situation if Joe Biden is the nominee, but the least that this movement can do is hold on to some modicum of power to say, no, you don't just get our vote. You have to at least try to earn it. And I think that's a really important message moving forward.
But Chris, I gotta ask, what's our alternative? I mean, I don't think it's tenable for progressives to threaten to vote for Trump. I think that's nuts. I would never do that.
I would never vote for Donald Trump either, but you can leave it blank. As of today, I'm an undecided voter because here's the thing, Jake. Donald Trump is awful. The next Republican will be awful. And if they always can say, look, you've got to vote for us no matter what, you've got no other choice, then they're always going to treat us like this because you have no power in that situation if you're just going to show up and vote for them anyways.
Let me read the comment I posted on that. I said, Crystal is voting for Trump by suggesting that people leave it blank. Or in other words, don't vote. Trump is the president now because of that attitude. Her attitude and the attitude of other people like her is directly in league with the various voter suppression tactics deployed by the Republican Party. You people will cost us dearly, shaking my damn head. I posted that because how could they say they'd never vote for Trump even though sitting out an election would help him? That makes no sense. The Bernie folks have spent nearly 4 years describing how evil and tyrannical Trump is. But when it looks like their guy is going to lose, they reveal, well, if it's not Bernie, it's nobody. If Bernie can't be president, then let's just help usher in the Fourth Reich. Benjamin Dixon and the Turks and others have described the Trump Republicans as the new Nazi party.
Here we are. I do want to look forward, though, and I think this is really important. We've all got to push to make sure this debate happens on Sunday. Results are very tough tonight, but I think we need to play that out and see what happens there and keep pushing forward. But if Joe Biden is the nominee, I think we've also got to realize that this whole vote blue no matter who thing is a complete con. Because what do we see? Biden's already on TV with Lawrence O'Donnell saying he'd veto Medicare for all. I mean, they spit in the faces of this movement of young people and working class people who believe in these principles. They call them brown shirts. They say they're toxic Bernie bros, and then demand that they just all turn around and pledge to vote for Joe no matter what. Well, I don't think that we should be so easy in giving up our votes like that. Look, these young people have organized around the Green New Deal, organized around Medicare for all. The moment that they say, you know what, Joe, it's fine. You can spit in our faces. You can promise to veto Medicare for all, but we're still going to turn out and vote for you, is the moment that you lose any kind of power in this situation.
Well, since Biden said he'd veto free health care for all, so let's just help Trump, who's also against free health care for all. This is the same mindset of these no reparations, no vote people. This is the same mindset of these people who choose candidates based on whether or not they're Christian or based on what college they attended. Disqualifying candidates over this one thing or that one thing. Well, Biden is racist because of what he did with the crime bill and busing, so let's help the guy that we've been calling a Nazi have another 4 years. Yeah, that makes sense. Very tactical, that is.
The reality of the situation that we face right now.
Crystal, you brought up really fast.
Derek,
2016, Eddie Glaude, who you see on MSNBC, made the exact same argument. We got to teach them a lesson, leave the top blank. I said, Eddie, you stood crazy as hell. I disagree with him then, and I told, we were tweeting today, I said, I disagree with your ass now. And he said, we're all in this thing together about getting Trump out, not giving him 4 more years. I said, well, hell, Eddie, his ass should have had the first 4 years.
Right.
And I'm like, you a part of that problem. I got Elijah James, Scott, right here. This ain't nothing but trying to shame black people into voting for Democrats. No, dumbass. This is all about, I got evil over here. I got a man over here who is against everything Bernie Sanders stands for. I got a man over here who is rolling back civil rights protections in every federal agency in the government. But I'm trying to get somebody to vote Democrat. No, I'm trying to get you not to vote for stupid.
Well, a no vote in the election is a vote for Trump. But here's the deal.
The attitude of the Bernie people, I'm just going to stop. I ain't going to vote. I ain't going to vote. My God, I'm not going to vote. And that's what we're dealing with here. Movements take time to build.
Right.
That is what is driving me crazy about these whiny-ass people who, I know, I got some black dude, I'm going to put his ass on the show. I'm voting for Trump because Bernie didn't win.
No.
No.
He ain't a real
No,
Bernie supporter.
But here's the deal. And I tweeted this. How in the hell can you say you're a Bernie supporter?
And then go vote for Trump?
How? How can you say you're a Bernie supporter? And Trump is the... You just heard everything Bernie just said
You gonna vote for
about
him.
Trump. Your dumb ass say, I'm going to go vote for Trump, or I'm going to leave the top of the line blank because, you know what, they keep telling us we got to vote for any Democrat, so I'm just not going to vote at all. So you don't mind 4 more years of this.
Well, see, I think the reason that happened, though, in 2016 was they were under the stupid impression that Trump was reflecting some of Bernie's. With that sort of America First argument, and remember, Bernie was polling well against Trump, I think, for a reason. People wanted disruption. They wanted something different. But now we know, of course, for a fact that that was all nonsense. But I think it was nonsense then, and it was easy to recognize. But now we definitely know it's nonsense. And so now everybody's completely abandoned that idea.
And I could be corrected on this part because even though I'm sub to the Young Turks and Benjamin, I don't see everything they put up. But the Turks or Benjamin didn't highlight Bloomberg dropping $2 million to interrupt the voter suppression that's been going on. They're so pro-Bernie that they disregard something as important as that because the thing is to trash all Democrats that's not Bernie. And Bernie is not a Democrat. He's just on the ticket, by the way. $2 million is hell, and I haven't heard a word about it from the Bernie people. Roland Martin highlighted it on his show, but the Bernie people don't see voting Trump out as all that important. They'd rather focus on Trump's bloopers instead. Roland talks in length about voting, but these other people think that just saying health care for all and free college tuition over and over is more important than the vote that can get this clown out of office. The Turks will highlight and key in on somebody calling Trump stupid, or they'll highlight and talk about Trump misspelling words like, ooh, look, Trump misspelled the word. Stuff like that gets your attention, but $2 million to fight voter suppression don't get featured at all.
And this is the thing that really bugs me. I mean, like
Did you open your eyes?
No, you don't understand. It really bugs me. These folks want a movement to move like a moment. Movements take time. If I talked about the Black freedom movement, some call the Civil Rights Movement, what we're now dealing with is December 1st, 1955. King's assassination, Fair Housing Act, 9 days later, April 1968. That's 13 years. Sanders runs for president in 2015. It's 2020. It's 5 years. Oh my God! Didn't work. Oh my God! We're not gonna vote. I'm gonna leave the top blank. You know.
Well, the difference is they didn't have Donald Trump. who's a major factor in
Right.
his movement.
No, but it's 5 years.
Urgency.
No, but the whole point I'm making is, in order to build a movement, what you have to do is stop bitching and whining, and stop, I'm taking my ball home because I ain't get what I want, and realize, you know what? We got to keep building. We got to keep organizing. Reverend William Barber, Moral Mondays. Moral Mondays started a decade ago.
Yep.
For all y'all Bernie people who are watching right now, pull your damn notepad out or your phone out and take some goddamn notes.
Listen, Democrats, the Democratic Party have enough problems as it is. Immigration, that gay stuff, that dumb gun control talk. The country hates that kind of stuff. And now there's a faction within the party trying to destroy the party from within. This is why for a long, long time it's been looking like it will be Trump 2020. This don't vote stuff, leave it blank. Now the Bernie people will join Russia for free. Russia won't need to take out all them ads and create all them troll accounts like they did last election, because now they have sore losers that would do that job for free. Now, a few people I had in mind when I gave my commentary about this lie labeled as establishment. You know, when I was talking about socialist and anarchist and other ist. And what made that word establishment a lie is the people who are painting their favorite candidate as not being part of the establishment, or they don't receive corporate money, or they're against the military occupation of foreign countries and they truly want to get us off oil. You know, their candidate is a good politician. A few folks I had in mind was Benjamin Dixon. He's a Bernie supporter. A few more folks I had in mind were the people over there at the Young Turks. Also Bernie supporters they are. People like them have been using that lie about establishment to paint a false image of Bernie, saying that he's not establishment, he's pure, which is a bold-faced lie. Go check Bernie's money. He's financed by corporate America. But Bernie's people been using the establishment lie to paint the other Democrats as being bought and paid for, as if Bernie is not. As if Bernie is scraping together nickels and dimes, you know, straight up grassroots, only reliant on monies that he gets from the average everyday working person. That's bullshit. You blowing smoke up people's asses, and you deluded yourselves into believing that there is a such thing as a pure politician untainted by corporate, with no loyalties to any establishment. That's a lie.